Namo Buddhaya. Welcome back to Monks in the Morning from Colombo Dhamma Friends of Mahameonao. We're so glad that you're joining us today. When we start out the day by doing meritorious things with our Kalyanamitta, like taking the precepts, chanting, and listening to the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma, then we know for sure that we'll have a good day. Why is that? Because when the Buddha explained what a good day was, he said that it's any day when we can practice his instructions. Even if the rest of the day seems bad, we can still say we had a good day because we practiced the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma. Today, we'll learn more about the Araham quality of the Supreme Buddha. Do you remember the story that we learned about monks being happy with the food given to horses? Well, there's a little more to that story, and we'll learn that today. Now let's go for refuge and take the 5 precepts.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say after me, I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs with the refuge of the Noble Triple Gem. I observe these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, to escape from the sufferings of samsara May it help me. May it be a blessing. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Meritorious children, it's a great pleasure for us to share the Buddha's teachings with you. Why? The Blessed One taught that out of all the gifts in this world, the gift of Dhamma excels all the gifts. The merit that you get, the happiness that you get by seeing a person is free from anger. When you get to hear that one day that some person has abandoned doing the evil deeds, abandoned breaking precepts, a person has developed mindfulness, now a person has overcome greediness. So just imagine, children, if you help one of your friends, if you help your friends to overcome greediness, to become generous, to be patient, to overcome hatred, and not to talk back to your parents, not to talk back to your teachers. Just imagine if you help such a child, such a friend, to overcome that miserable way of living. One day when you see them living a good life, how do you feel, children? Happy. In the same way, after learning and after preaching this Dhamma to you all, when we see a good community, we feel happy. So out of all the gifts in this world, the Blessed One preached, the Blessed One taught that the gift of Dhamma excels all gifts in the world. Why? That gift will help a person to overcome the dart of anger. Anger is like a spear. Anger is like a sharp stalk. In the past, people were impaled on sharp stalks. So, children, sharing the Buddha's teachings, it's not only the monks that should do, even the lay people should do that. Even the lay people should arrange others to learn Dhamma. Why? That is the gift of Dhamma. That is the gift of loving kindness. When you give Dhamma, you are giving loving kindness. When you give Dhamma, you are helping others to develop an undefiled mind. You are helping others to overcome a defiled mind. From the previous programs, from the previous sermons, I think you all remember that we have learned about the danger of having a defiled mind and the advantage of having an undefiled mind. Now, what kind of a mind did Buddha had? An undefiled mind. Just imagine, children, when you go to school, while you're in the school, when you're with your parents, when you're playing, when you do sports, if you have an undefiled mind, just imagine how happily you could live. Will you get angry at others? Will others hate you? Even if others hate you, you won't hate others. Children, the danger is when you have a defiled mind, when others hate you, you start hating others. When you see them, you feel very uneasy. So, see the advantage of having an undefiled mind. So, the Buddha's first quality is Araham. He is an Arahant. So, children, we have been learning about the Buddha's first quality. So, the Blessed One was free from all the defilements. So, now you know what defilements are. So, in one of our previous programs, we learned about a person and an incident that happened in Vairanja. So, Blessed One, when the Blessed One, along with 500 bhikkhus, visited Vairanja, the chief Brahmin of that Vairanja came to Blessed One, and then he went refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and he took the responsibility to take care of the Sangha throughout the rainy season. Throughout what reason? Throughout what season? The rainy season. But then he forgot to fulfill his duties after he went back home. So Blessed One and the monks, they had to eat the food that was offered to horses. So within that 3 months, Venerable Arahant Moggallana Mahathera had the ability to go to another place with the help of supernatural powers and bring food. But the Blessed One told and advised the bhikkhus to practice patience. So one thing happened in Veranja. At Veranja, after Blessed One and the monks ate, there were some boys who came to eat the leftovers. So monks, when they give something to the lay people, they always give something that can be eaten, that can be, not the monks and the Blessed One do not give the things that they throw away. So they gave whatever the same thing that the Blessed One and the monks ate to the boys. So these boys, they ate the leftovers. Leftovers means whatever the food that was given by the Buddha and the monks. And then they were there with the Buddha and the monks for 3 months. And after 3 months, the Blessed One and the other bhikkhus came back to Savatthi. Savatthi is where the Jetavana monastery was located. So for a long period, Blessed One lived at Savatthi. Most of the time, the Blessed One spent at Savatthi, where the monastery was made by merchant Anathapindika. Then, after Blessed One and the 500 bhikkhus visited Savatthi, Anathapindika, merchant Anathapindika, and the other kings and merchants got to know that the Blessed One and the Arahants did not get proper food for 3 months. So they prepared delicious food and offered to the Sangha headed by the Buddha. So children, so those boys, they came to Savatthi, and then the Blessed One's disciples got delicious food in Savatthi. Then the monks, they gave the leftovers to those boys again. Then these boys, after eating the delicious food given by merchants, given by kings, after they ate this delicious food, they couldn't bear it. Why? They had a defiled mind. They started jumping, playing, hooting, then doing water games, doing somersaults, fighting each other, gaming. So, what happened, children? The monks saw this incident. These boys, when they were in Veranja, they ate the food that was given to horses. At that time, they were like cats, like puppies, no sound at all. But now, after they came to Savatthi, when they were given delicious food, they can't bear it. Why? When you get more gains, some people can't bear it. They become proud, they become intoxicated. When you experience losses, that also they can't bear. They have a long face. Now see the difference of the Buddha's disciples. The difference of the Buddha and the disciples. When they did not get gains, at that time also they were happy. Even when they get lot of things, gains, best food, best clothing, robes and shelter, at that time also they were unattached. They did not get intoxicated. They did not jump and dance just after getting more things after coming to Savatthi. Why? They have abandoned the desire for gains. They have abandoned the craving not to have losses in life. But we have craving to get things, and we have craving not to lose anything. Now what happened to those boys? Why did that boys struggle and make fun out of it and then... Now what happened to those boys? Those boys, they started jumping around, hooting. Why? When they got gains, they couldn't bear it. So children, whatever the gains that you have also got is impermanent. Don't become proud. So today we learn another good quality of the Blessed One. He was an Arahant. Because he was an Arahant, he was not intoxicated by gains and did not suffer of losses. That's why we call him an Arahant. So today we learn this wonderful sermon about the Blessed One, who had a strong mind, just like a strong pillar. So I'm teaching you a nice Dhammapada stanza together with this. Noble people let go of desire for everything. They do not speak deceptively in order to gain pleasures and desires. Touched by happiness or unhappiness, the wise show no elation or depression. So by learning this Dhammapada stanza, may you be able to have a good day and live according to the Buddha without being intoxicated by the gains you get and without being sad by the losses you experience in life. Namo Buddhaya.
Buddhanussati meditation. Now we're going to practice a very useful meditation called Buddhanussati. We think about the Supreme Buddha's qualities, including the Araham quality, so that our mind can become calm and concentrated. This kind of meditation also helps us to develop confidence in the Supreme Buddha. So, close your eyes and sit quietly. Try not to move so that our minds can become still. Now, think in this way.
My great teacher, Gautama Buddha, eradicated passion, hatred and delusion. Supreme Buddha, realize the Four Noble Truths without anyone's help, without anyone's help. Supreme Buddha eradicated the desire for seeing forms, eradicated the desire for hearing sounds, eradicated the desire for smelling odors, eradicated the desire for tasting flavors, eradicated the desire for touching tangibles, eradicated the desire for thinking thoughts. In this way, the great teacher, Supreme Buddha, is an Araham. Supreme Buddha, realize the Four Noble Truths without anyone's help. Achieve true happiness. In this way, the great teacher is a Samma Sambuddha. Supreme Buddha saw the passing away of other beings. Supreme Buddha recollected past lives, saw the passing away of other beings, purified the mind from all taint, developed great virtue, concentration and wisdom. In this way, the great teacher is Vijacharana Sampanno. Supreme Buddha followed the noble path and achieved true happiness, obtained the final goal, achieved Nibbana. In this way, the great Buddha is Sugato, my great teacher, Supreme Buddha, understood all worlds and escaped from all worlds. In this way, the great Buddha is Lokavidu. Supreme Buddha tamed others' mind with supernatural powers by reading others' mind, by preaching the Dhamma, became an incomparable teacher. In this way, the great Buddha is Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati. Supreme Buddha became a great teacher for gods and humans. In this way, the great Buddha became Satta Deva Manusanam. Supreme Buddha taught the sublime Dhamma without holding anything back. In this way, the great Buddha is Buddha, is Buddha, my great teacher, Gautama Buddha, obtain these unique qualities became a Bhagava, my great teacher, Gautama Buddha is a Bhagava, 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 Bhagava. The Buddha is my refuge. The Dhamma is my refuge. The Sangha is my refuge. There is no other protection than the protection of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
It was great to spend time with you again today. We hope that you learned something new, and we really hope that you can use what you learned as you go about the rest of your day. I'd love to see a picture that you draw of the story that we learned today about those temple boys who got overwhelmed with the delicious food that they were eating, and the monks who stayed calm and unattached even though they were eating delicious food. If you like, you can find the Dhammapada verse that goes with that story in the show notes. Now let's share merits. Today, we've collected many wholesome actions into our lives. May all of our teachers, our parents, our relatives, our friends, may they all have happy minds thinking about these actions. Through the power of this rejoicing, through the power of this merit, may they soon experience for themselves the supreme bliss of Nibbana in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sad, sad, sad. Namo Buddhaya.